welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 ways,
not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4,
but 5 ways how to save money as a flight attendant, especially a new hire flight attendant or a flight attendant that has only been flying for a couple of years. My name is Toya and I am a flight attendant for a major airline. Please, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it below. It's just like right there. Hit the subscribe button below, please, also, and hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss any traveling tips. Without further ado, let's get into it. So congratulations, you're a flight attendant. You have a dream career that a lot of people want. Being a flight attendant is a blessing, but you will find out that if you are not disciplined, especially those first couple of years can be very, very, very draining on your bank account. I have 5 different ways you can save money as a flight attendant so that you can truly enjoy the career. Okay, tip number 1, make smart food choices. What does that mean? Meal prep. Cook your meals, pack your meals on your trips. The less you can spend in airports or hotel restaurants, the more money you can save in your pocket. On average, minimum, even with an airline discount at the airport, you are going to spend at least $10 per meal in the airport. If you don't pack your food, what does that look like? Okay, well, breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's 3 meals a day. That's $30 minimum if you are eating at the airport alone. When you're on your layover in a hotel, you're gonna spend around $15 minimum per meal, even if you get an airline discount with that hotel. If you're spending $15 per meal, that's kind of one of the cheaper meals. That's like a burger and a fry, burger and fries. If you have a more expensive appetite like steak or pasta, it's gonna run you up into the 20s or even 30s per meal. If you eat out for a 3-day trip, you can very easily, and we're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days, you can easily spend over $100 for one 3-day trip. My second piece of advice for you is to pick trips with boring layovers. Well, I know you got this dream career, you're excited, and you want to go to Tokyo and you want to go to Madrid. Trust me, none of those places are going anywhere. When you're first starting off, until you get your budgeting right, pick boring layovers. I like to pick places that are extremely boring. Why pick boring layovers? The more boring the layover is, the least likely you're going to go out, have a good time, spend money. So I personally like to pick certain towns where I know I'm not gonna leave my hotel. I know I'm not gonna go on excursions, so that's what I do personally. And when I pick layovers that are boring, I'm saving so much more money. Boring layovers are more productive for me. I get a lot of reading done, I get things done that I normally wouldn't get done if I was in a more fun city, because I'm not partaking in all of these fun activities. So the more boring the layover is, the least likely you're spending money on food and entertainment and activities. Makes sense, right? Tip number 3. Try to be based where you live, or try to be based where you have family. Aside from not having to worry about commute, you save so much money living where you're based or living where you have family where you can stay with them, because now you're not having to worry about the cost of a crash pad or hotel rooms. If you're based where you live, you get to go home until the next trip. Or if you have close family or friends in a city where they truly don't mind you crashing on their couch or taking a room, and they truly don't mind and they won't charge you for it, you win. That is just one less cost that you have to worry about. I personally have never had a crash pad. I'm hearing that they can be around $300 a month. So if you are based in a place where you don't have to spend that money, where you can go home or stay with a friend, why not save that $300 a month? Also, another thing to think about is The bigger the city, the bigger the cost of living. For example, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And as exciting as it would have been to be based in New York City, the cost for me to get a crash pad would be crazy expensive for me. It's just not something that I want to spend my money on, especially being a mom. I save so much money by being based right where I live. Now, I will say this. I know that not every flight attendant has the option to pick where they're based. In that case, I would say try to pick the base. If you can't be based where you live, try to pick a base that has the lowest cost of living possible. Let's say you live in Detroit, Michigan, and you have a base in Detroit, but it's not available to you. But New York City is available for you as a base. Atlanta, Georgia is an option for you to be based, and so is Los Angeles. I personally will pick Atlanta, Georgia, because Atlanta's gonna have a lower cost of living compared to New York City and Los Angeles. So if you can't be based where you live, just try to pick a base that has the lower cost of living, because the crash pads are gonna be lower in cost, and if you ever need a hotel room, the hotel rooms more than likely will be lower in cost as well. Tip number 4 is eliminate unnecessary bills. I know it's very tempting to have all of the premium cable channels, and there's so many shows that I love to watch, but let me tell you something. Flight attendants, especially when you're first starting off, you're really flying a lot anyway, so you're not at home all of the time to enjoy all of the premium channels anyway. I say get rid of cable altogether. That's just my thing. But if you're going to have cable, I would just have the most minimum package possible. Also, there are things like Roku and Fire Sticks where you're able to get multiple channels anyway. And that's just like a one-time purchase, and that's it, as long as you have Wi-Fi. So I say get rid of cable. Gym memberships. Most of the time when you're flying, there are fitness centers in each hotel. I'm not saying that they're great, state of the art, but they are something. I've noticed a lot of them have free weights. They have treadmills. So for me, getting rid of a gym membership has saved me a lot of money. Aside from that, I travel with resistance bands a lot. So even if I don't love the gym in the hotel, I can do workouts right in my hotel room. So cable, I would get rid of. Gym memberships, I would get rid of. Things like Roku, Fire Stick, Netflix, Hulu. You can get a lot of entertainment using these things for not nearly as much as you would be paying if you had this premium cable package. My 5th piece of advice for saving money as a flight attendant is to work for more money. And I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but there are different ways as a flight attendant that you can make more money. It sounds simple enough, but one of the benefits of being a flight attendant is that you can work as much or as less as you like. So if you are a little more strapped for cash, you can pick up an extra trip or even just a turn. You can work as much or as less as you want. So picking up extra trips is an option. Also, for my particular airline, flying as flight leader is another option to make more money. You get a couple of dollars more as a flight leader compared to a regular position, and it actually really adds up. So that is another option as well. Another option as a flight attendant is to fly international. You're going to make more money for international pay than you would domestic pay. And it really, really does add up, especially if you can get a couple of international trips on your line for the month. You'll really see a big difference in your pay. In the end, y'all, as exciting as this career is, we want to make sure we're not making it harder on ourselves just by having this dream career. We want to actually enjoy it. These are my tips so that when you're first starting out, just kind of maybe do a couple of these and see how it works for you. Let me know, was this helpful for you? Comment below. Let me know if you are doing any of these or if you will start doing any of these. If you're a new hire or if you've only been flying for a couple of years. If you've been flying for more than a couple of years, let me know, because we're probably right here. Let me know, did you get into flying and realize how expensive it can be if you're not disciplined? Let me know your experience. I would love to hear from you. What are some ways that you save money as a flight attendant? I would love to hear from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.